Palantir just transferred everything. This is the biggest risk yet. CEO Alex Karp is really serious in his mission to push Palantir higher. Funds are adding and grabbing Palantir shares left and right. Bullish signals everywhere. Palantir has insane updates. But what am I even talking about? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Palantir management made a bold move today by switching their stock exchange platform, a decision that could bring big changes. This type of shift can be risky, as it might create uncertainty for current investors and impact stock performance in the short term. But Palantir is likely betting on the long-term benefits, such as increased exposure or better trading conditions. With this huge move by Palantir also comes several changes that could come. This move could attract a new set of investors, potentially increasing liquidity and boosting the stock's value. However, there may be challenges ahead as the company adapts to the rules and conditions of the new platform. The decision shows Palantir's willingness to take risks, which might lead to greater opportunities, but it also adds some uncertainty to the company's path forward. So what actually happened, and will this be good or bad for the company? Stay tuned as we dive deep into this. Palantir has announced that it will join the NASDAQ stock exchange on 26th of November, a move that took the stock market by surprise. The news created a lot of excitement around Palantir once again, with many investors buzzing about what this could mean for the company's future. Given Palantir's recent string of successes, people are feeling optimistic about this shift. There's a growing belief that, like other recent moves, this decision could be another smart step for the company. Many are betting that Palantir's NASDAQ debut will help push the stock even higher as the company continues to build momentum. As a matter of fact, the push has already started. Hear this out. One of the major benefits of Palantir's move to the NASDAQ has already been felt. The announcement sparked immediate excitement, and it's already helping push the stock higher. Right after the news broke, Palantir saw a 3% increase in after-hours trading, showing that investors are reacting positively. As we get closer to November 26th, when Palantir officially joins the NASDAQ, the stock's movement could become even more intense. People might see some wild swings in the days ahead as the hype builds and people place their bets on what comes next for Palantir. After all, as you can remember in the previous video, we talked about how the bulls and bears are fighting tooth and nail to pull Palantir. So what's this benefit that Palantir already experienced? The recent hype around Palantir has caught the attention of some major funds and institutions. Several large funds have recently added huge amounts of Palantir to their portfolios, signaling confidence in the company's future. This is important because when big investors get involved, it often boosts the company's credibility and can help drive the stock price up. When these institutions invest, it also means more stability for Palantir as they bring in more capital and support. Here are some of the biggest institutions that have been grabbing more Palantir shares. Voya Investment Management LLC, a $34 billion fund, just made a huge move, increasing its Palantir holding by an incredible almost 400%. They added over 6 million shares, bringing their total to almost 8 million shares. This shows real confidence in Palantir's future. But that's not all. Jericho Capital Asset Management also stepped in, buying a large new position in Palantir with more than 3 million shares. This is another strong signal that big investors see something special in Palantir right now, and it doesn't stop there. Morgan Stanley, one of the largest players with a $1.2 trillion fund, increased its Palantir holding by a little over 10%, adding 2 million shares to bring their total to almost 23 million shares. This kind of move from such a major fund shows just how much faith these big institutions have in Palantir's growth. Lastly, Lord Abbett massively increased its Palantir position by more than 940%. Yes, you heard that right. Almost 1,000% increase in their Palantir position. This move brought their total to 3.3 million shares. This is a bold statement about their belief in Palantir's potential. These moves from huge institutions will likely have a big impact on Palantir's stock. When these kinds of funds make such strong moves, it brings a lot of credibility to the company and attracts even more investors. It's a win for Palantir, as it gains more capital and stability, which can fuel future growth. But this isn't just the benefit that Palantir will be getting from this risk that they did. Here are some more potentially bullish effects of this move from NYSE to NASDAQ. On top of the growing hype and interest from huge funds and institutions, Palantir is set to gain even more benefits from its upcoming listing on the NASDAQ. For one, being listed on the NASDAQ often means lower fees for the company, which can make a big difference over time. This can allow Palantir to allocate more resources to growth and innovation, rather than spending so much on the costs of being listed elsewhere. The move to the NASDAQ will also likely increase Palantir's daily average trading volume. Being on a major exchange like the NASDAQ can attract more investors, which means more liquidity and more stability for the stock. This can make it easier for investors to buy and sell shares. NASDAQ also has a higher volatility compared to NYSE, where stocks listed move in a more stable manner. To some, this is a huge risk, but for others who believe in Palantir, volatility will just be something that's positive for them. Additionally, being listed with other tech giants will put Palantir in the company of some of the most influential players in the industry. This boosts Palantir's visibility, attracting more institutional investors and retail investors alike. It also adds to the company's credibility, showing that it's being recognized as a key player in the tech sector. Furthermore, NASDAQ's reputation for having a high standard of transparency and reporting can give investors more confidence in the company. With more eyes on Palantir, there's a greater chance of attracting partnerships, collaborations, and even more investment. This could open up new doors for Palantir, helping them continue their growth in the tech and AI space. But all of these bullish signs for Palantir all pale in comparison to what the company's main goal really is. After all, moving from NYSE to NASDAQ is a huge change, so they really have to have a big reason for doing this. What could this be? Well, in reality, Palantir could actually be aiming to get listed on one of the most prestigious ETFs in the world today. This move to the NASDAQ also gives Palantir the potential to be added to one of the world's most popular tech-focused ETFs, the NASDAQ 100 ETF, or QQQ. The NASDAQ ETF has a massive $300 billion in assets under management, making it a huge player in the market. This year alone, it was the fourth largest ETF in terms of inflows, adding over $27 billion to its holdings. Being added to the NASDAQ ETF would be a game-changer for Palantir. With so much money flowing into the ETF, Palantir would automatically attract a huge amount of attention from investors. This could boost their stock price, increase trading volume, and help solidify Palantir's place as a major player in the tech space. It's not just about the immediate impact either. Being included in such a high-profile ETF would improve Palantir's visibility and credibility long-term. In fact, in their recent statement, Palantir expressed confidence that they will meet the necessary standards to be included in the NASDAQ 100 index, and possibly even the NASDAQ ETF soon after. If this happens, it would mark a major milestone for the company, reinforcing their position as one of the leading tech stocks to watch. This potential inclusion in such a prominent ETF could drive even more institutional investments and bring a whole new level of attention to Palantir's future. On top of all this good news, Palantir also has an important update regarding Project Linchpin. The project is focused on building an operational pipeline of trusted AI solutions, which aligns with the Army's broader AI strategy. Colonel Chris Anderson, the project manager, highlighted that this plan is designed to deliver a cohesive approach to AI across the Army, with clear execution windows for integrating complex AI efforts. The software development pool for the project will include design, development, fabrication, and testing of systems across the entire PEOU and S portfolio. Some of the efforts in this pool will focus on areas like signal detection and analysis, electromagnetic spectrum effects, and signal exploitation. This is a major step forward for Palantir as they continue to play a critical role in the development of cutting-edge AI technology for defense applications. But what do you think about this? Let us hear your thoughts in the comments. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.